Hi.
Hi, why are you so high? What happened?
Nothing. I was just like, I'm not sure if I was barged in a conversation. So I was just like, hi.
Are it's okay. We are just talking about how Tanya was a toxic feminist before and then now she's, changed.
That is so true.
But so show me your face now. I'm talking to you after I don't know how long. Where are you? Can you hear me? Please don't tell me now even you can't hear me or I can't hear you.
I mean, you are audible.
There you go. What's up?
Okay, good. Nothing. I just got back from walking share. So we're just back.
Ah,
Yeah.
So this is Tanya. I'm speaking to her for the first time today.
Yeah.
And how that happened is you saw now Preet like I came on
Uploaded the
Instagram
story.
today.
Hmm.
Instagram.
I came on Instagram
Oh,
today and
you don't
basically
come usually.
no.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just started following you today only.
Oh wow, okay.
That was I was telling you. So my friend actually shared that story with me, the one actually I shared in my story. So I
Mm-hmm.
just saw, I was like, it is so damn relatable. So I just posted right away and I started
Hmm.
following. So it was like that.
Ah, okay. You're very new to the gang here.
Yeah. It's like very new, maybe 1 hour. Yeah.
Oh shit. Preet has been seeing me do this shit since like what now?
Oh,
Six,
wow.
7 years?
Wow.
Yeah, nearly.
Easily?
Yes.
Wow.
That's
So this we do very randomly. We like actually this like with the Instagram community started with the Zoom kind of sessions started with Preet. I think it was the girls group, right? We made a group of
Yes. Yes.
girls and then all of us had a conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
Around
Yeah.
20 of us or something who like were kind of aligned in terms of understanding both sides of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I disappeared basically
Yes.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
And but because like our desi boys like the actual the Hindi YouTube channel crowd and stuff they miss a lot. So today I was actually planning on doing a session in Hindi randomly from the people who replied to the story,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
So Tanya, basically I'm not an influencer.
Okay.
You can explore what I do, but my work happens with people in person in reality,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
everything on social media is a byproduct. But I'm
Mhm.
not like a real girl.
Okay. Yeah, it actually doesn't matter to me. Just what knowledge can actually click me, I just share that type of things only. Otherwise, even though I have to be an influencer, but still I am not being very connected to the Instagram right now because I'm just collecting information for now.
Ah, but why do you
Yeah.
have to do something over there?
No, no. So it's like, I mean, Instagram is being like that only. Now, if you want to not explore, I will say, to share the information, Instagram is the very good platform where people are just exploring. But I will tell you, I think I've seen that when it comes to real knowledge, people just swipe up, they don't like it because
Yeah,
that's a reality knowledge. So I have
yeah.
seen that thing. It's very hard if you want to develop that kind of platform where you want to say so much truth, but people are not gonna like it, or maybe they are not going to even like your story or that thing also
Tell me
because
about
they
it.
are
You're
so
you're
busy.
you're new here. I have suffered this in some really bad ways. What you're
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
And in a way, I think it's not even people. I think it's just that people have been behaviorally choreographed to such an extent that when they're on Instagram, it's purely the animal brain which is operating, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
So, especially like if you will ever notice a human being in your friend circle or in your family, when they're zoned into their phone, they are very lifeless. Like there's no emotion. They're just like there's no expression on the face, and they're just all you can see is that their attention is captured by
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So basically in that kind of a place to bring truth or ugly truth
Yeah.
is very difficult, because even to relate to that kind of a conversation, you need to be at a particular level of emotional frequency at that time. That's
Yeah.
what I think,
Hmm.
you know. And if you're not in that zone, if you're in a zone of, I don't know, money or titties or whatever it is, you are it's very difficult for people to change their state by their own volition,
Yeah, actually.
voluntary. Like, what do you guys think Instagram has done to girls?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's very bad right now. I mean, when it comes to girls, I'm seeing it, what the hell they are doing. They're just losing whatever they had it. And I mean, it's very new to me. Just I started connecting with these things because I have seen myself being lost. Just to
Hmm.
show that yeah, I am better than maybe a man, or maybe I can be a better person. But I just forgot the difference that actually female have that kind of energy from born, or whatever I will say. I just think we have lost that thing that female actually had it.
Hmm.
So that's why once I got into my proper consciousness, once I saw that what the hell I was doing, I don't think I'm actually behaving like a female.
Hmm.
So that's why I started connecting these things, and I took a break and I saw that okay, let's just try to root it, that from where these things actually started happening, or maybe from where I can be connected, or maybe I
Hmm.
can be connected to the more females, so that they can see that from where they are losing their connections.
Hmm.
Because I will tell you, they are also not feeling good about it.
100%.
Yeah, that I will definitely tell you. It's not like they're being happy, because I
No.
see my friends. Yeah, I see my friends. I've seen people. I've seen myself also,
Hmm.
that I was also not happy to behave it like that, but it was some kind of pressure. It was some kind of thing that I have to be like that. So it was a very different thing to like from move from that,
You know,
because
in my
being
opinion,
uh,
which, I'm so sorry, just because it came to mind, in my opinion, you know, which section of women I think personally are feeling that uncomfortable, like that discomfort the most? I think it's women who are in the corporates,
yeah, yeah,
because that atmosphere is ruining them in so many ways, and they are not
yeah,
built for that atmosphere. That doesn't mean they're inferior, but they
yeah,
have been, you know, sold the dreams of, I don't know, becoming a CEO or something, when maybe they themselves never wanted it. But when you do not have an identity, when we are young, we love to latch on to an ideal, right? And have
yeah,
an identity. And I think many women pursued that corporate ladder, but then after some years they're thinking, what the hell, like my health is going and I have no time for myself. And you
yeah.
know, and the pressure to
Hmm.
perform in a very masculine environment, and not because of men, but that's how the corporate structure is.
Actually, my God, yeah, that is so connected. The one thought I also saw that because of being I'm showing that I am so bold, I have to work, and I don't think women are born for this. So there, when this thing started, that there will be a female and there will be men, so there was a difference that me
Hmm.
female have so much different things which men can't do, and there are some things when men are so good that females can't do. So that's why they complete each other. So that
Compliment,
thing
yeah.
actually male are not forgetting, females are forgetting because of, yeah, you actually connected the corporate thing, because I think that now females are becoming less soft and less grace, and they are becoming totally almost become a men only, because
Hmm.
they have to show that they are something. But I don't think so. They need to show it on that area only. We have some aspects where female are so powerful, and they need it in that area which they are losing it. They're literally losing it. So that was like for my main part, that I want to develop that kind of career only. When I suddenly changed it, because I was studying psychology and I completed my graduation in that only. I was like, that is a really bullshit, I think I will say, the degree it is. It is.
100%. Carl Jung
I
and
will be
Sigmund Freud, they
very
are
honest.
teaching people.
See, I will tell you one thing. Indians don't need that stupid knowledge. Indians were not depressed because I am a very like I love uh, understanding about the Asian history and how actually people were living in India. They were so peaceful. What kind of food they have, what kind of rice style, everything was peaceful. What happened in the between that now we are actually becoming a modern life only. So I
Hmm.
was trying to understand this concepts that I don't think psychology was needed in India
Hmm.
because our lifestyle was very wholesome. It was very good. The life was very good. The routine was really good. We are actually strength with the body also, from the mind, from mentally also because of the yogis and because
Hmm.
of everything is connected from the India. It is the most purest place. Then why these stupid things are coming because of the modern things?
Hmm. Hmm.
That
Hmm.
way.
So it 100% goes way deeper than that.
Hmm.
It's not the modern thing. It's what
Hmm.
we think is the modern thing, because whatever the true cause is, they will never want us to know that. They will always give us a projection which
Hmm.
we will think, this is the technology or cell phones. No, the shit is way deeper than that.
Obviously.
All right. But
Hmm.
actually, just to give context to Preet, so Preet, originally I was thinking today of having a conversation in Hindi, um, with a bunch of people who were responding to that particular story of mine, that let's go, let's just talk. But then my personal affliction today was towards the feminine side of things. I don't know, I'm in that zone maybe. And then I thought that we'll speak, and then I thought we'll keep it girls only and we'll do it in English, because I knew that you guys who were replying and then other guys who were replying, it would not mix. So we did that. But sorry to give you the context a little bit late, but how are you and what do you think of this totally influencer type conversation that we are having, which is planned and scripted?
No, it's a very interesting conversation. I'm just like, Legit, I think I'm just witnessing and hearing. Um,
Hmm.
when it comes to, I did have a few points, but I'm just like in that space where I'm just like, like just like taking it in. But I think one of my perspectives when it comes to social media in general is that I understand that there's this pros and cons and different I would say different experiences each individual is having, while we're seeing people who are pretty much showing off, or their facades that they're putting on, or they try and sell these illusions of perfect life or perfection in their body, in their soul, in their being. I also realize that there are these little tribes that are being built within these social media, that it's a wonderful opportunity to actually nurture people and support each other through time, like legit, through different time zones and through
Hmm.
different zones in different countries. So that I'm in that interesting space where I realized that actually it's just like the microcosm, and like the micro and macro, wherein how we're living on planet Earth. You might not have met all the billions of people, and in our lifetime, in this one lifetime, we probably will not meet each individual that lives,
Hmm.
but we do meet people in tribes. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's very interesting because you know how they say birds of the same feather flock
Birds of a
together.
feather flock together. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like that. Like if you notice, even in our own lifetime, we've had tribes always. Even if we've called ourselves a lone wolf or a loner, we've hung out with people, be it our family, be it the chosen family, or be it people that were acquainted, but we pretended to be friends with them or whatever, right? So that's where I'm at with social media. I just feel like, just like our life on planet Earth, we can't really, judge the entire planet based on the tribe that we're witnessing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? A tribe could have 1 million people. Now, with the tribe, I'm talking about, say, an influencer who has, say, maybe 1 million followers. And we are instantly, you know, one, how I view this as that influencer as the, say, the head of that tribe, because that influencer is actually influencing people in some way or the other.
And
Now the
also being
people,
influenced by somebody at the same time.
Yes, yes. I mean, so that's the thing. Like, none of us can actually exist without the other's presence. Yet we claim that we are the leaders. I stand alone, like that. But actually, if you will like legit closely look, none of us are ever doing anything by ourselves. You know what I mean? It's like the example you just gave. Like the leader probably say is being influenced by someone. Now that someone has someone, and if there is no someone on top of that someone, there is always source. And that's the beauty. Like we need to come to that realization that the idea of individualization has been sold to us, but technically none of us are individuals. That's your ego that wants to now take a name, take a shape, take this, take that, I this, I that, all of that. But the beauty is when you really just be with this and you witness it, you will realize actually, no, sir, no, ma'am, no, again, whatever. You're not functioning alone. Be it your physical existence, which actually is being supported by so many people that you don't even probably acknowledge, don't even probably give gratitude to. And then there are people in energy. There are beings of energy that are supporting your existence, that are supporting your presence on earth. And we are being held like while I speak. There's internet that's supporting it, my phone, technology, electricity. Then now we go beyond that. Well, the earth that is beautifully rotating as we speak is being kept in place. Like how just one thing that goes boom wrong can instantly finish all of us up, and these conversations would not exist. But we become such balls of ego and such balls of me. This is me. Such balls of I am the one. Look at me go. Now when we in that state, that is where you want to now stand out. And I'm noticing, especially with the hustle culture, but I do have a feeling that that culture is being questioned. It'll crumble in its own time, because I think that's the last leg we're seeing of industrialization and like hyper independence and everything. Because even if people are not ready, I'm at least noticing, and I truly believe in energy, a lot of people are going to go through massive burnout, and that will actually crumble things up for them. Even if they want to keep the facades up, I don't feel this is the time the facades will stay. And when that is happening, you'll see more and more and more people want to question. And the ones who can't question are the ones who are actually going to legit be running from pillar to post, trying to find shelter. They'll try to hide. And I empathize with that because I see that this is painful. And that's the thing. Like, we've been taught judgment first, lead with that, laugh, mock. But what I see that as is, when I look at people when they're struggling like that, for me, that brings up a lot of compassion, because I see how I can see a part of me in whatever time and space I've gone through my own share of things. Maybe it's not the exact story, maybe it's not the exact thing I've struggled with, but struggle, suffering, all these have been common fate of humanity. So how can I lead with that judgment? That has been done to us for so long. We have been judged for so long that now that has become even our own natural reflex. Instantly, oh, what stupidity is that? Oh, look at them, look at this, why this and that. But I think
actually that is what this allows people to do on a daily basis. When they scroll through Instagram, nobody is consuming content, they're passing comments. That's what I feel mentally. And now I have come back to do that in an explicit manner, just to expose my internal comments to people, because I think some of the stuff needs to be seen through and through. Like you were talking about tribes. If you ever go to the explore section and you see what is the trend or what is the cool thing on the current bandwagon on which every other person is now jumping, I personally think that that particular average consciousness, that because of which you are seeing children, in not very children but actually even people in 20s and towns of India go on a railway station to make a reel on a track, and then die. And then others who are trying to hang off a mountain or a cliff again. All of this, I think this entire phenomena is that massy tribe, is the masses basically, who a long time ago used to be influenced by Shah Rukh Khan and Bollywood and like mass media, but they don't realize now that social media is the new mass media. It's not free and it's not organic. It's purely choreographed. And who decides like what the next trend is? If nobody ever thinks, that trending music comes and the reels come, like where people jump into the clothes or whatever the next trend is. Like I just remember that, even though I think it's been 3-4 years since that happened. But who decides what that is? It's ultimately the organization, because the algorithm is centralized, and they actually play with their own users on a monkey see monkey do formula, you know and the masses actually go into that. And the thing is, when you said, for example, that you think that the hustle and the run for the shiny things is basically going to come to an end real soon, I want to bring in the concept of time over there, because I think time is speeding up. Hence, the rate at which people are getting mature is also speeding up. Because I actually believe that time to take us through this decade is going to speed up, because the suffering is going to be bad. I don't know what you feel internally, with the work that you do. Uh, but then, with my own understanding of things, and especially the recent subjects that I've been studying, 2020 was nothing. The real shit is yet to come. That's what I feel in a lot of ways. But what do you think about the women? So, like, for example, like Tanya just, discovered me today via the answer I gave to somebody who spoke about, like, how do you think women will come back to the feminine side of things? Tanya, how did you connect with those three little paragraphs? Because I personally have to write a lot more, because to connect the dots, like you got it maybe because you have some background illumination of a few of those factors, such as cross cultural awareness of USA and here, or something else. But like actually there's a lot more. So I want to know from you, how did you connect to that? And Manpreet, I want to know from you, if you saw that what is your take on that in terms of the feminine today? Like what is happening with them, and what the fuck is going to happen next? Because we can't let them also fall. Like up until now, we've been letting men fall, right? Now women are falling, but under the illusion of rising. But in reality, I feel they're falling. So yeah, like what do you guys think about that?
Actually, you're saying right that they are actually thinking that they are rising, they are becoming a CEO of company, they are becoming a more bigger person, or maybe anything. They are just experiencing that, yeah, they're becoming a someone who is actually going to get a respect. But I think they are losing the main part, which actually they are born with, and the main nature of a female, which they have born with that naturally, which they are
Mm-hmm.
actually losing it. Because I was just reading that three paragraphs you wrote, I was like, yeah, that is the actually thing is happening. Maybe not 100%, but yeah, that thing's actually the main root cause that is happening, that we are losing whatever we have from inside, because the outside uh, world is actually so much of pressure that we are not getting even a time to sit down and to think about it. I mean, I had to take a amount of time to see myself, that what exactly I was doing. Then I saw that, oh my God, I was not even a female. How what kind of things I was reacting, how actually I was living, to show that, to attract that people, or whatever the nature I was developing. It was not me. It was just the whole pressure was inside me. It took me actually 6 or 7 months to understand the whole concept. I was just sitting in my home. I was doing nothing. I stopped my career. I've stopped my learning. I was just observing. I was
Hmm.
observing with living with my family, that who am I exactly by nature, by actually the nature I have. Then I saw that females are the most amazing and the soft person, I will say. The nature, the voice can actually tell that they have such a good intentions from the inside. Now they are becoming so bold so that they can show it that they have some respect. But I don't think so we need that. I mean, it's a lot of concept. I don't know since when it started, this grow up that we lost our identity. And I think it's not even about identity. Identity is a very different part. I will say the nature. The nature is the main right word I use.
Hmm. I have an idea as to how it started, but I want Manpreet to give her take first on
Hmm.
what. Yeah.
Mm, okay. What I truly feel is that there's this massive purge, and I would almost call it a reset that's happening. One, because what I'm noticing is that a lot of women, uh, you know, there is obviously, I can't generalize all of them, but then what's happening is women, because they, there was a period where women lost, I would say, one, definitely the right to live itself, because of, if they were born as a woman, they were being killed, and I think it's still very prevalent. But I think that becomes like a big trauma. It's a collective trauma. There are some traumas that we're carrying
Hmm.
in our lineage, but then there's also collective trauma, where there's this innate need to prove that you're worth living, that you're worth existing, and you want to fight for that place. And I think that I see when someone's being very hyper independent, even if they are breaking down, burning out, all of that's happening, but they still can't ask for help. I think that's where it shows that this is where they want to show that they're worth living, worth taking up space. It's like that inner need to prove it, and that's the thing about the energy of proving yourself. You will die. If it's like a very innate desire, you're ready to burn yourself. And women carry that energy, that shakti, that they'll become self-destructive, but they'll prove their point. That one observation. And I think the other would be where men, I'm noticing a lot of men have just started to feel more burnt out and more burdened. It's almost like they're done and they don't want to be the man. They're the man,
Yeah, even I'm noticing that men are waking up to their own inner feminine more than women are
yeah,
waking up to it nowadays. What the fuck?
yes, 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 that's happening. To the point where a lot of men, they're just done. They're like, we don't want to be the man. You be the man if you want to be the man. Uh, and that's the thing. It's also, that's what I was talking about. We're all very connected. If imagine the women are going through that upsurge, right? Where they want to become the man. Men are now becoming either, okay, so there are two things I'm observing there. Either they are now getting the permission to just be a child, which probably since they were young, they always had responsibility. I've observed a lot of people, like at least in the society I've observed, where the man is told that you have to run the house, you have to take care of your old parents, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like from a young age, men are told that you will have to be like this provider, right? I mean, uh, I think there was a point where this was almost like a known fact, so it didn't feel unnatural. But I think where women started, like shifting because they needed space, they wanted to be seen as well. It's not about, I'm not even talking about equality and stuff. I'm talking about having those basic rights, where they can voice their opinion, have a say, or this and that. Obviously, now, the scales are tipping. Like they will go to the extreme, but they are coming back. I'm noticing a lot of women now are exploring feminine. They want to know how they can be in that power. They don't want to be soft feminine. You know what I mean? Now, that's the thing with femininity. It's not that you can't be a, again, I'm not much into labels, to be honest. Okay. But if I'll try to simply put it, you can be it all. That's the beauty of being in your space of a feminine. You don't have to choose to be soft, you don't have to choose to be wild, you don't have to choose to be this aggressive person who's looking angry all the time. You need none of that. And I think that's where a lot of issues with the womb are coming up, a lot of issues with the expression
PCOS,
and
PCOD.
yes, yes, because now women, like the ones especially who I would say first hand gone through that suppression, or their lineage has gone through it, because I'm seeing a lot of lineage come up, a lot of lineage energies coming up to heal their ancestors who've gone through that suppression. They want to scream it out loud now. And now
Hmm.
I think that's where they're not connecting to their shakti, to their feminine, and expressing and taking up space, but rather they're trying to be the man. You know what I mean? Now when you
Hmm.
try to do that, what you would do is like you will start discarding your womb, you'll start discarding what makes you a woman, right? And this is the one conversation I have. Like, it's a very interesting conversation because I know it does trigger a lot of people. Because it triggers men, it triggers women, and I think the ones who do get very, very triggered with all of this, there is a very deep core wound there. Like, it's a very deep core wound. Either they've like I said, like, often it is connected to your lineage. I would invite, like, if you ever see people, like, going through that, the best thing is to just connect back and see what happened, in your lineage itself, and your own child, because that's where your conditioning and your energy is coming, right? It's almost like I see, like, for example, like, I'll be your son, like, why do you have to be the son? Why can't you be the woman? And why can't you be the daughter and still provide, right? That logic, because now you start discarding anything that looks like a weak sign. So I think we need to, that's what I'm saying, like, right now.
So just for context, just to interject shortly for Tanya, Manpreet is into, if I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, she's like a light worker and she's into energy healing. So she deals with occult side of things which go beyond just this dimension, and hence, like, what she's talking about is generational trauma and lineage and ancestors and stuff like that. Continue, sorry.
No, that was pretty good. Yes, I do channel as well, so which is where I tune into what's happening in the collective. So right now, this is not the time to, where we can, so basically, this is where you're going to be leading by example. It's like you do you, and how you are living starts to impact others around you. They will see that, okay, wait, something's happening with this person and I want to do that. Okay.
But I think there's an aspect of loneliness there.
Loneliness of?
Like, for example, I do me, all right? And like how fucking,
Yeah.
At my levels of intensity and energy, I do me. But the thing is that what I've noticed with a lot of people who I do not know, observing strangers who I see sitting alone in a cafe enjoying by themselves, or I see, in the gym going super hard on their training, or somebody getting into spirituality. Of course, they're doing their own thing, but and they're finding their own space and they're finding their own orientation in the collective space where we are. But I do feel that there's an aspect of loneliness to all of us. Like, Tanya, like, what do you think? Because since you've gone through the change, obviously your world has not changed at the same rate at which you have changed. So when I talk about loneliness, I'm not talking about that, we can't go out or meet people or whatever. But in that point of the journey where you end up with the real discovery of you in the you do you, not the you do you go girl, be fat, eat sugar all day. No, not that one. But you do you in the real sense, where you understand, okay, this is myself, like with the capital S, and oh fuck yeah, I no longer want to go to clubs, or I no longer want to, I don't know, whatever. First, I think there is an aspect of loneliness there.
Is it okay if I add just one thing? Because when
No,
you're speaking,
I don't want to. I'm sorry, I cut you in, but please, you both continue. Yeah.
Because what you said is nice, the loneliness part. So let me tell you this. In the beginning, you remember I just mentioned about the tribes part. We are all part of the collective unconscious, right? It's there, but you're not aware of it. So now, right now, who you are as a person, like whatever you are, okay, fully, you are already part of a circle. Whether you realize that, whether you don't realize it, whether you meet those people, whether you don't meet, right? But it's like, you're vibing with them. Now, when you start to shift, basically now that, when some shift starts to happen in your conscious, in your psyche, you will have to go through that phase of loneliness, which is technically not lonely. It is your hermit, your solitude. But we call it lonely because we've been conditioned to believe that we need to be around so and so, or we need to be around something. But we're not going through loneliness. What happens is now, okay, now I'll take you through visual. Imagine there's like, let me think. Okay, a group of cells, okay? They're all together, cell, okay? Now, one cell has to move upward. It has to go into another cell, okay? Because now this has to become a part of another group. It will have to make its own journey. This is what actually evolves your mind, because I believe the soul is pretty awesome. It's all set, the soul is not going through anything. Now your mind is going through an evolution. So you, with the power of your own source soul, right, with this that's always there technically, which never leaves you alone, you move into this new dimension. And that is a journey that each individual goes through. Because consider this, we are here in like I'm in this body right now, even though we are all connected, but I'm in this body. This body and mind is the one that has to go through that journey. Making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did I
Yeah.
get cut off?
No, I do get you. But I think
Yeah.
in all of us who are at that crux point with regards to our own journeys and our methodologies changing, the path
Mm.
that was sold to us or projected onto us versus the one which we are discovering for ourselves. So we are at the point of change of direction, right? That I think that is what the age of Aquarius is also about in a lot of ways, you know. So I personally think that that loneliness is there, and yeah, the soul doesn't leave you and stuff like that, but the motherfucker doesn't join us on this Zoom call now. Where the fuck is it? Like, I can't find it. Like,
This is where you learn practicing solitude. This is where you
I
learn
know, so
connection.
True. Yeah.
that's what I was coming to, that actually
My Zoom
loneliness.
with your soul only, na? Soul nahi hai to how will you be on the Zoom also? you,
Like,
you're so funny. Soul motherfucker not on the Zoom.
like I think that um a major aspect of that loneliness, there is one, I think, actual loneliness which comes in darkness, like when you're surrounded by a lot of very low energy in your thoughts to outside, in your presence to what is happening with your life, to your destiny, to your fate, like the fucking actual real depression, not the marketing depression which teenagers have today, but like the real shit. But the rest of the time, if somebody wants to change their path, like for example, Tanya told me in this, in the start that, or told us that, for what 6-7 months she took a break. That's fucking tough to just stop life, like put a stop button to life. People don't have the guts to do that. Why? Because I think on the other side, we are so used to continuous consumption and not knowing what it is
Yeah.
like to not do
People
anything. So
hate breaks.
yeah, we are very uncomfortable with being bored. Just because, again, here, our fake understanding of our social circles is that, oh fuck, this one's birthday, oh fuck, this one bought a car, oh fuck, that one bought a car, that's happened once in his life right now. That one's birthday, it's happened once in a year. But the thing is, here you see that row of round breasts with people's face on it, and you click it, and then what the funniest thing I find, like, especially, again, I'm not picking on anyone, but like, now whenever girls have birthdays, they have balloons in the shape of the numbers of their fucking year of the birthday. And this is every girl, and basically, I think they do it purely for the gram. They do it purely for the sake of broadcasting. I don't
Yeah.
think, I don't
And
think a
holding the
balloon,
cake.
yeah, I don't think it actually makes you feel special. You just want to show that, look, so many people did this for me. Whereas on an actual rainy day, I don't know how many of those people, because see, when those people are doing that, they're getting a chance to party this thing, and it's another night of Instagram stories for them. But how many of them are going to actually be there when you are actually going through shit or like really need help? Like a balloon in like the shape of 21 is not going to help, man. Like, I don't get it. But I see that happening, I see a lot of
Yeah.
consumerism actually drive activity and behavior.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me. And that is why,
Mm.
Manpreet, like, since you've been connected to me since before, you would have seen that I was, if not the first, maybe one of the first to say that spirituality is a market today, meditation is a market today, yoga is a market. Ever since white girls started wearing tight black pants and doing it, now everyone wants to do it all of a sudden.
Yeah, but they don't even know how to do properly the yoga.
Of
It's
course they
not
don't.
done with this tight pants. You're not going to even experience your body also. It's
Yeah,
so unconscious thing you're doing just to name of the fitness. Yoga is not fitness, it's something non-physical you can experience from
yeah, it's
inside.
yoga, physical and non-physical
Yeah, it's a
yoga.
unique. Yeah. It's like you're
It's
connecting
actually
your
using your
body to the
body.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's using your body to actually do magic. It's yantra. The reality
Yeah.
of it is that you use your body to form sacred geometry, because everything in this universe as a language which connects the god side of things, which is the
Yeah.
supernatural, to the natural side of things, there's just one language which connects it, and it's mathematics, you know.
Yeah.
So the geometry aspect of it, such as the cosmos, such as the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, everything, as above so below, as within so without, everything, um this is what I understood. Like, I have actually never given yoga the kind of attention that I should personally give it, but maybe that's just because I love lifting heavy shit, so I've become like a, stuck in the body Salman Khan kind of guy a little bit, so I can't move much. But yoga originally, I think, is the real life animation of the yantra tantra mantra, because basically you form a yantra with your own body, and that
Yeah.
connects to the cosmic geometry in a lot
Cosmo.
of different ways. And that is why they have certain effects, like, when they say that do an asana and it's good for relieving stress, or do an asana and it's good for relieving digestion. The scientific community will not be able to understand that, because they'll be like, where is the tangibility in this, or where is the evidence, or where is the this thing. But nowadays even scientists and
How they will
doctors are trying to.
understand, because they are just taking the research from the outside. So I have
Hmm.
understood these things, those who are studying this psychology and become a researcher. So what the hell they are doing actually and putting it in the Google, they are just doing research on one or two people, maybe taking a female or male, and they
Hmm.
are whatever the research they are getting from that particular person, the reaction and maybe the situation they are putting and whatever the reaction they are getting it, they are telling that is the actual reaction for the whole female and for the whole male. I was like, how the hell you can say this? That was a situation, that was a reaction from that particular person. That introvert extrovert thing came, and whatever these words are coming, it's actually, I don't think it should be exist.
What's the
It's
funniest
so
thing I
stupid
have
to use
found?
these things.
The funniest thing I have found is that those psychology tests, people actually use it as part of their identity now. So I have seen on dating
Yeah.
apps, people on their profiles have written INTJ, ENFP. Arey, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, who are you? Let's forget like what a test graded you as. Like, who are you? It's the same as, just apply the parallel logic. If like I say IIT, or I am topper, or I don't know, some fucking this thing. It's as similar to falling in that trap, that marks or grades of some sort, or a guy in a white coat decides who you are, or like what you do. Like, and that particular aspect of things is my biggest uh thorn in my side, in a way, because of my own experiences with regards to my mental health within psychiatry, you know because within psychiatry, the human being comes, but the doctor doesn't look at it as a human being, but looks as the next patient, and the aim is to give a
Mm,
label. And
yeah.
I think that label fucks them up like really, really bad.
Yeah. True.
So I mean, sorry, I think we digress. Somebody was saying something. Preet, were you saying something? I'm sorry, I rattled off with my
I
own
don't know
direction.
how I was out of the room.
No, as in
I'm not-
before we started talking about all this, because I think we just
So
zoom.
actually, we were talking main about the loneliness part,
Yeah.
where, yeah.
Yeah, Preet,
So
you were
the
saying Oh, sorry, you were saying. I don't know.
no, she actually told something. So on that, I actually got a connection where I found that why this loneliness actually don't exist for me. So that was a change whole direction. So once I stopped these things, and the day I became a thoughtless person, I saw that this loneliness doesn't exist for me. This bore word. I mean, the words was not existing in my mind. So there was nothing I was experiencing. I was just experiencing myself, whatever the awareness I have in my body right now, because mine was totally shut down because it was empty from the thoughts. So
Hmm.
that was experiences I got, that now why it became so easy for me to just getting that transformation day by day. It's not like I have to take so much months, I have to be away from that people to get the transformation. I think now my mind is so shut from that thoughts, that the loneliness she was telling me, that from the past and from the future you want to be that direction, that direction you have, that roadmap you have, where you actually think that you're becoming lonely because you are removing something and you are taking something new, which people are very uncomfortable. So what actually is uncomfortable for them, that thoughts is uncomfortable, that they have to change it. It's not a body, it's not a society, it's actually the field of thoughts we have in the mind, that's is actually making them uncomfortable and not giving them the transformation they can get it very easily. It's not like I
Hmm.
have to do something so much then I got this transformation.
Hmm.
That do We have to do something,
But
so
you
it will be
know,
like that.
you via this particular past few words which you said, you might be actually giving a solution to people to stop the cycle of their monotony in which they are unhappy but are pressurized to keep it up.
Yeah,
Where what you said, that my mind was shut and I just started feeling what my body was, in a way aware of. Actually, the body is very, very intelligent. Like, we know that, right? We know
yeah,
the
we
body is
know,
very
we know.
intelligent.
Yeah.
And actually, whether it's your gut or your entire body at any given point of time, for example, I do this the most with when it comes to my physical training. So whenever I train now, I don't give a shit about all the knowledge about fitness that I have learned a long time back in my life. All right, that you
Hmm.
need to be like, eat a meal according to this timing, and then eat this much amount of whatever, and then do this and then do that, and then yeah, you'll go and have a good workout. Today I worked out after a fast of probably 20 hours. All right. And like, it's random every single day, the time of the day, etc. Just because when it comes to training, and I actually spoke this in a Hindi YouTube video I made, uh, probably 2019, 2020, with regards to fitness itself, that I train the way my body tells me. So like, like how guys go to the gym and they do either chest or like this or that. I go and I do what, as a child, if I was in a playground, oh, I want to go on the swing, or oh, I want to go on the seesaw. So what my body tells me, that I want to do this or I want to do that, and I go and I do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually what you've said, even though it's a big leap to take, especially in today's times, but whenever somebody is scared to make a big change today, I ask them that, do you have a problem of roti kapda makan, food, clothing, shelter? Because if,
Hmm.
which luckily I mean, if somebody's on Instagram, most probably they are coming from a background where if they take the kind of break that you've taken, yeah, there might be family pressure or chatter in the society or whatever, but like, you will not die. It's not a survival threat. You
Hmm.
have a platform or you have a family. And what else would a family be good for if it's not instrumental in you finding your own reality or path? So what
Hmm.
you said, actually, just to put it in different words for anybody who listens to this, that actually, if you ever want to change something, shut down every activity which you are involved in, because simply the continuous thought repetitions which are related to all these activities and those atmospheres, such as
Yeah.
my work office and my gym people and my coffee club and my kitty and whatever the fuck, all of that shit will stop. And then simply start doing what your body is talking about, because I think we are so out of tune with what the body is feeling, that most
Hmm.
people can't recognize that. If I ask them right now, using psychological terms, like, okay, what are you feeling right now? I'm feeling all right. No, what all right? Are you feeling all right in a happy way? Are you feeling all right in a calm way? Are you feeling all right in a totally still way? How are you feeling all right? Like, can you make it specific? I don't think people will be able to answer,
No, I can't.
because there's just too much shit that we are caught up in.
Hmm.
What's the healing thing you were talking to me about on Instagram? Do I get to eat chocolate in that?
That's a cacao ceremony.
Yeah, what the
Hey, I
fuck?
love that.
She just messaged me, that she's starting something like that or has started, and something to do with Pune. What is that? Can you please tell?
So I'm offering cacao ceremonies. I hold space for that. And in that, we serve cacao, the plant medicine. And
Uh,
it really helps opening your heart chakra.
Yeah, I have heard that for heart chakra. Oh, wow.
Yes. So that's
so
what I was suggesting. I had a feeling I'll probably be coming to Pune, but I don't know when. We'll see. But Pune,
Aja,
yes.
bata, whenever you're coming, just reach out, man. But like, I want some hot chocolate for sure.
I mean, yes, cacao is used in making hot chocolate, but
Yes.
it's a bit more different. The ceremony itself is very beautiful. It's
Mm.
different that way. But it helps you connect with your heart. I've worked with Mama Cacao actively since 2020. Like, I think I sat with her almost every day. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I want to try this because like
Please
I'm
come,
such a
someone in Bangalore. I want to experience that. I have heard this so much cacao ceremony. I
Yeah.
really,
really want.
Which place are
actually
you
first
at?
time, probably first time
Sorry?
I came. She's in
No, I
Bangalore.
have heard. So actually, I know one person. Her name is Pradhaini. She's very famous. She lives in Chennai, and she was an actress, and now she's properly a very great influencer or whatever I will say. Yeah, but I would just use the word influencer because she changed completely her lifestyle. She's a plant-based diet person, so she actually do this whenever she goes. So she actually sometimes come in Auroville, not Auroville, I would say Bangalore, and she gives this like cacao ceremony. So I've heard about that. It's really brilliant thing you can experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Cacao is beautiful.
Mm.
Definitely. I'm just feeling like right now I've just started answering that call. So I've held it in the space that I'm in, the city. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be going to Hyderabad, Goa, and Bangalore. Pune, when I texted you, is when I popped with Pune. I was like, let's
Hmm.
go Pune. So I
Please,
was like,
please,
ठीक है,
Bangalore, tell me. I will come
ठीक है. It will be a pleasure to
if
facilitate.
you come Bangalore.
Done, done.
Yeah,
Wow,
definitely.
Rude. I can't wait to sit in between a bunch of spiritual bitches and drink some hot chocolate.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, but
I
I'm
your
love
kidding,
it.
but
main
like,
focus in chocolate. Yeah.
no, yeah, my focus is chocolate because I'm such a, you know, I have a very weak sweet tooth, and especially like with regards to chocolate, I've told people that, like when I used to eat butter chicken and stuff, that even if you'll give me chicken in chocolate, I'll eat it, because that's how much I love chocolate. I'll eat, like,
Okay.
it's
Wow.
actually a very big weakness. If I open a bar of chocolate, like, I don't eat one or two pieces, I eat the whole fucking bar, you know
That's the
like,
way it should be.
yeah. And then, when I started studying the whole astrology side of things, I understood that it's because of, how Jupiter is for me, and Jupiter is for sweetness in life,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
that that's why
Mm.
that's my favorite flavor, you know. There
Wow.
are there are days where, I haven't eaten anything, and then I open chocolate saying, "Oh, this will give me good energy." Fucking just eat some chocolate like that, but like it's gotten out of control. But I wanna
Mhm.
know what this is because I actually don't have awareness of this. I know about, Latin American other plant-based medicines. I haven't ever tried anything, especially that shit would be way too out there to try, and I don't think I need it right now. But
Yeah.
any day up for some chocolate, man.
Okay. I will let you know. I will plan it. I think it's coming anyway together. So I just have to figure out the dates and then I'll probably announce it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. But guys, anything else you guys want to talk about or question or whatever? But because I'm mindful of your time and I don't want to trouble anyone. But I hope like it's been a good conversation.
Yeah, it was
Definitely.
really good
Fantastic.
because I get very less people to talk about these things because of
Uh-huh.
my generation. They're doing
How old
a
are you, if you don't
party
mind
and
me asking?
everything.
How old are you?
23, 23.
Oh yeah, dude, you are
23
in,
now.
you are in for some loneliness for a while. But don't worry, all of us are there.
I
We,
don't mind.
yeah, actually, that's
Yeah.
the fucking thing.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
not even loneliness. I mean, even though I don't get people to talk about that things also, I'm just writing whatever I'm experiencing. I know someday I will just put it somewhere and public will hear it. So it will be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, sometimes I'm in that so much silent zone that sometimes
Mm.
I don't even feel like to talk about anything which is actually relatable or we anything public need. I'm just shut down. It will be like that.
Mm-hmm. I definitely keep an eye out in case we with our community do a meetup in Bangalore next, because I was in Bangalore, I think last year.
Hmm.
An academy guys had invited me for something, and then on the way out I did a
Nice.
quick micro meet with some members of our community over there. And actually I have
Hmm.
some recordings of that, in which there's a girl, somebody I became friends with over there via an academy. Her name is
Okay.
Radhika, and we spoke in that meetup about a bunch of things, and she also spoke some very interesting stuff. I'm going to try to dig and find out where that stuff is and get it out. But all good, all good.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. And I hope
Thank
this was
you.
fun. And we'll do this again soon. Whenever the next time we take, like I take the case of some women on Instagram. But anyway, thanks so much for sharing your stuff. You know,
Thank you.
but all good. Anyway, let's sign out for now. Ciao.
Yeah.
Cheers. Good
Yeah.
night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.